Hey, what's up, guys? Just checking if this thing is on. Just left the barber shop. I got a haircut. First haircut of the year. Last haircut I got was maybe in the first week of December. I got a haircut. I gotta tell you, I looked at myself in the mirror and I don't know. I kind of feel like I really haven't lost a lot of weight doing keto because today's only day 5. But something is different. I do feel a little different. Like maybe my face doesn't look so puffy. I mean, obviously I know how I used to look. That's why I'm comparing it to how I used to look. Pretty sure there's not a single video on the internet of when I was a lot slimmer. But I gotta tell you, really, getting this haircut made me feel like I can really do this keto diet. I know getting a haircut and the keto diet really have no connection, but in all honesty, sometimes I kind of feel like the reason why I'm overweight and living an unhealthy lifestyle is probably because of the things that I became complacent on. I used to be pretty serious about getting haircuts. I really cared about how I looked, and something happened along the way in my life, maybe in the past 6 or 7 years, maybe even 8 years now, where I'm not really on top of haircuts like I used to, and I just stopped kind of caring and overall. So I think there must be a connection between not getting haircuts anymore and becoming overweight. Don't know what the connection is, but psychologically there's got to be something there, because maybe that was the beginning of the end for me. When I stopped caring about haircuts, then I stopped going to the gym because I kind of stopped caring about bench pressing 300 pounds, and I feel like it all was just one big domino effect. So I got this haircut. I'm feeling kind of good. It's a little motivating to me now when I look at myself. As I said in the previous video, I don't really look at myself often, but it would be good that when I do a peekaboo at a mirror, there's a guy looking presentable there, you know? And obviously that's the goal, to look presentable and more. So really this haircut is giving me confidence. It's reinforcing my beliefs that I will achieve the transformation that I'm looking for this year. I highly recommend anybody who's going through a diet or trying to do a transformation journey or a life journey, I highly recommend you look at things like clothing, your teeth, showering, your smell, grooming, your look. Get a haircut. You know, you don't know what could happen when you get this haircut. You might feel a little different about the keto diet. And if you're a female, you know, blow dry your hair or get your nails done, get your lashes done, you know, edge up those eyebrows. Do something that makes you look just a little better. And when I kind of feel like I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm looking at myself in my car mirror and I'm like, yeah, of course, I need to lose this weight. I need to get on this keto. I can't stop. Look at this good looking guy here, you know? Kind of feel like there's hope. There's a chance. You know, everything can be fixed. Body weight can always be fixed. It's hard to fix ugly, but even ugly can be tuned up to be pretty and cute. With that being said, I just wanted to tap in right here and let you guys know that after leaving the barber shop, it's like this newfound energy that I have. Before I walked into the barber shop, I was feeling low. I was feeling low energy, maybe even shy. I'm literally sitting on the chair. Barbers are talking to me, and my barber, he brought it to my attention. He doesn't see me much. So when he looks at me, he's like, oh yeah. He sees me like once a month, once every month and a half. Before the first week of December, the last time he saw me was like in the first week of October. So, you know, I have long periods of time where I'm not seeing him. But he laughed because he was like, man, when you first got on the chair, you weren't talking. Now that your haircut is almost over, you can't stop talking. And he made me bust out laughing. I couldn't stop laughing. I couldn't believe it, that what he said was actually kind of true. The moment I look good in a haircut, I start feeling more open, more comfortable, more confident. You know, I believed after getting, you know, after almost finishing up the haircut, I started to believe like people want to hear my response to something, my reaction, because they were saying some breaking news stuff that was happening on the news and how funny it was and whatever. So yeah, guys, I just want to let you know, I highly recommend you get a haircut if you're out there doing the keto diet. If you're big, 300 pounds like me, go ahead and do these little things, because it's kind of like when you're doing a new journey, a new life journey, there is kind of like some psychotherapy that's involved. I think sometimes you got to trick your mind into things, and you know, maybe this is one of these mind tricks. Getting a haircut, looking myself in the mirror, feeling good about myself. These little mind tricks, I think, could really help you succeed in a diet like the ketogenic, you know, diet. And so I highly recommend you do that. Get a haircut. If you're a female, go get your hair done, lashes, whatever makes you feel pretty or cute, or you know, if you don't have the money to get these things done, then go ahead and maybe do a facial routine, or I don't know, you know, I really don't know too much about what females could do to, you know, kind of like get prettied up for low cost. Everything a female does in order to look good, it appears that costs money. And I don't know if I should even, I feel like I should just edit that out, what I just said. I don't know, you know, obviously men need haircuts that cost money. Sometimes if you're nifty and you're a man, you could just shape up yourself, shave yourself up, and some men can even cut their own hair. I don't know if a girl could put her own lashes on. I think they can. And I think you girls can also put your own nails on. So I take that back. You know what? Go ahead and do those things then. Put your own nails on, put your lashes on, put some mascara. Even if you're not going anywhere, maybe if you need to go to the store to get a gallon of milk, just get prettied up. I'm pretty sure you're not really doing it for other people to look at you, because what I've noticed is when you try to do these things like life transformation, if you're trying to do it to get back at somebody or to get somebody to want you, these types of these things that are this driving force that's motivating you to change is never gonna last long term. It's only for the moment. If you broke up with somebody and you want to get back at them, so you jump on this weight loss journey, that is always going to be temporary, because it just is. I've done it before. I've had a girl dump me. She broke my heart. I went to the gym. I went hard, got big. When she saw me, she was like, ooh. And then I got fat again because she got with me again. And it just doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work that way. You can't let revenge drive you. You can't let spiteful or petty things drive you to change your body. It has to be a change from within. It has to be something that you want to do for you, not for someone else. Unless perhaps you have children and you would like to take your kids to the park and be more active in their lifestyle, so you're doing a weight loss journey so that you can have the energy and the strength to spend more time with your kids. And of course, I think that is a good driving force to transform your life, and that is not a temporary drive, because children are going to last a long time. They're going to be alive for probably your whole life, or be, you know, and more. So of course that's not a temporary motivator. And I think that's okay to do things for your children. You want to be there for your kids. You want your kids to see their dad or their mom healthy and going and active and proactive, and, you know, with the shades open, not always with the shades closed, with the lights on, not always with the lights off. So yeah, of course, doing it for your children and doing it for yourself, I think that is a really good motivating it's a good like motivating factor to go off. Revenge, trying to get your ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend jealous, trying to get your ex-girlfriend or your ex-boyfriend to want you again, or I think those are the worst things to go off of, because those are always temporary. I've done it before and it didn't last. It went on for a while, but it doesn't last forever. It doesn't last long term. You need to really feel like you want to transform. The way I'm looking at it is, I want to be able to go to the store, and maybe when I address somebody, there's always that little spark in someone's eye when you're like a relatively presentable person. They just talk to you differently. When you're all sloppy and discombobulated, you're smelling bad, your teeth are food is stuck in between your teeth, you're not taking care of yourself, you're not taking care of your body, you're not taking care of your hygiene. If you go to the store or anywhere else, people don't address you the same. And I don't like that anymore. I don't like being addressed like someone wants the conversation to go quickly with, like, hey, yeah, what, yeah, tuna fish down there, woo, and get out of, like, they don't, what I'm saying. Sometimes, and I've been there, where when I'm looking more presentable and I say, hey, do you know where I can find so and so? They're like, yeah, you can find so and so there. Why? What do you want to do with so and so? Oh, I just want to do. Okay, yeah, you could go there. You could go. And there's more substance. There's more care. People treat you more human. I feel like I'm more of a human being when I'm just presentable. It's not about being sexy, being a model. I want to be able to pick up all the women in the world. That's not what's driving me. I don't care about women being into me because I lost so much weight and now I look so good. I really don't care about those things. What I care about is my children looking at me like I look like a fat monster. That's what I care about. And I care about not being able to have energy to do nothing. Not only did I get a haircut today, I did it after work, which is huge. Usually I get out of work, I go straight home, and I get in under the rock. I don't do nothing else. My daughter has to really ask me to go to the park. Like, she has to really want it, and then I'll take her to the park. But she had a long day too, and sometimes, in her school, she has recess, and she's playing and stuff. So, this was huge that I was able to leave work and go get a haircut. Amazing. I'm proud of myself just doing that. And then the haircut came out good. I think this guy might think like I have other barbers, so I feel like he really was careful with my haircut, and he tried I believe he tried his best to make me look as good as he could. You could only work with so much, what I'm saying? So it's not his fault if I still look ugly, but at least I don't have hair going over my lips like my mustache was just doing before. And at least I don't have hair going over my ear or hair growing out of my ear. So that's always a plus. As you can see, I'm driving by an area called Baldwin Park. In this area, people always are walking and jogging. I don't know if you can see someone walking there. I really don't mean to film random people like that. I was just trying to show you that I'm driving by an area where people are exercising constantly, and I'm not going to get out the car and exercise with them. But I intend to walk this trail soon. I really do. It's really cold outside right now. I can't afford to get sick. My daughter just got over a cold, and I'm not trying to get sick. So I'm not saying that my immune system is low. Maybe it is. But I am saying that I don't want to risk it right now. It's going to be really cold in Florida for the next 2 weeks. After that, I think I'm going to be doing my thing out here, walking and jogging. I do have my own treadmill. The weight capacity of that treadmill is 300 pounds. Last I weighed myself, which was a little over a week and a half ago, I was at 305. So I don't want to stress my treadmill so much. That's so embarrassing to say. My dad was just telling me the other day, you have a treadmill though. Well, like, why are you not? I wanted to tell him that I'm capping out the capacity of that treadmill. But I didn't tell him that. Really have nothing else to say. My message really is just, even though you're sticking to some sort of diet, whether it's carnivore, calorie deficit, which calorie deficit is my top 3 favorite protocols are ketogenic, calorie deficit, then carnivore. Carnivore is my third. It's not my top 2. It is in my top 3 though. Those are my top 3 diet plans that I would do. Calorie deficit really helps tremendously. There's some things about calorie deficit I'm not going to get into it because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to say every scientific verbiage that is to say about calorie and the protocol when you're following calorie deficit. It is really good. I think it's a good starting point. I don't think it's a good end game thing. I honestly, tell you the truth, actually, I kind of take that back. I think calorie deficit could be quite useful even as your end game, even as your thing that you just want to maintain weight. I think calorie deficit is still kind of good, even if you're just trying to maintain weight. Obviously, the ketogenic diet, when you're eating things that are 0 carbs, a lot of these things already have very little calories. So when you're on, this is what I love about ketosis, because it is a mixture of really the carnivore and calorie deficit. You know, most of the time, like for example, I should start talking about my calorie deficit and counting these calories. I'm pretty sure I was at a calorie deficit in the past 2 or 3 days. I'm pretty sure. I'm not eating big meals. So I'm pretty sure I'm on a calorie deficit. The carnivore diet is just basically people eating meat. The carnivore diet is supposed to be just meat. As simple as it's really simple. It's just one thing. You're just eating meat, which meat has protein. The good thing about eating just meat is that you completely eliminate processed foods. When you're eliminating processed foods, obviously there's a lot of benefits to that. You're not going to see it in a day. You're not going to see it in 2 days. But in several weeks, you'll start to notice, maybe minimum 4 weeks. After 4 weeks, you'll start noticing the difference. But the problem with and if you could figure out a way, sometimes it happens naturally. The problem is when people are on a carnivore diet, they are not really looking to see if they're in ketosis. They're not caring about it too much. They're just doing carnivore diet. That's it. And that's going to be good. And sometimes you're going to be like, wow, the carnivore diet is really awesome. And that could have been because you might have went through a time where you were in ketosis while on the carnivore diet. And when you're doing both carnivore diet and you're in ketosis, the benefits are amazing. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I kind of feel like people are kind of not keeping track if they're in keto. Those strips that you pee on, they're not very accurate. You need to be you need to be drawing blood, and you need to be testing your blood in order to know where your ketones are at. If you're not doing that, you're not really gonna know if you're in ketosis. I know there's a device that you can blow into. Once again, I'm not a scientist and I'm not a doctor. I just don't think that's more accurate than your blood, your actual blood. So I do the blood thing. The device I use for that is called Keto Mojo, which reminds me today I will be pricking my finger to see where I'm at in ketones, if I'm even getting there, if I'm not, if I'm totally nowhere near it, am I in it now, stuff like that. I'm going to be checking that out. But yeah, the carnivore diet is a good diet. And I think it's a great diet if you maintain ketosis while on the carnivore diet. That's really, to me, the lottery. If you could be in ketosis while on your carnivore diet, baby, you won. But in order for you to be in ketosis while on the carnivore diet, you can't have carbs. So first of all, not having carbs is already like keto. So and then when you're eating meat, you got to be careful with eating a lot of chicken and meat that doesn't have a lot of fat on it, because that means that, you know what happens? Too much protein, sugar, glucose. And there's a process called glucose neogenesis or something like that. I'm not a scientist, but there is a process where protein does convert into glucose, which glucose is the sugar that the brain is looking for. But if you could be on the carnivore diet and have a good fat portion, and then low carbs, which by the way is like wink wink, that's keto. So it's kind of like carnivore diet is awesome if you kind of add some keto elements to it. Then you're golden, you're rocking. The moment you eat carbs on the carnivore diet, that's it. That's too many steps for your body. Your body is not going to be burning fat that much. It has carbs. Carbs is the first thing the body looks for to convert into glucose. Let's pretend there isn't carbs. The body's going to look for your protein to convert into glucose, and then that's just stopping you from being in ketosis, and you're not going to be burning fat as much as you think you are. Everybody's different. Maybe what I'm saying didn't work. Maybe what I'm saying is not true for someone, but for the majority of people, big people like me, we can't do carnivore diet and say, hey, we're just gonna eat a bunch of steak or a bunch of chicken breast or turkey or all these meats without adding fat. Because if we're not adding fat, we're just eliminating processed foods, which is still a big plus. Still a big plus. Eliminating processed foods is like chef's kiss. Of course, that's the greatest thing. But if you want to be burning fat, it's kind of like having a business where your business makes money for you when you're sleeping. If you want to be burning fat while you sleep, you want to be in ketosis. If you want to be burning fat while you eat, you want to be in ketosis. And I think that's just the best. To me, I think the ketogenic diet is the best diet for people my body type. If you are a skinny person or not so fat, maybe it is not for you, because maybe it would really deprive you of too much of what you need. But us big guys, big girls, we got a lot of nutrients in this body. We're gonna be okay burning fat for a while. So yeah, guys, once again, I'm gonna go home right now. I haven't been home yet since earlier today, and I don't know, I really don't know what's there. I'm not expecting any home cooked meals. I'm hoping there's not a home cooked meal, because every time a meal is cooked in that house, there's rice involved, there's beans involved, mashed potatoes, or some other carbolicious, delicious favorite of mine's. So hopefully my daughter ate already. If she didn't, golly, I'm gonna have to look at her food while I make it for her. So let's see. Sometimes my daughter likes some of the keto foods that I make, but that's when she's in the mood. I was surprised to see her eat broccoli with cheese the other day. It really was, but it doesn't happen every day. So I'm going home now. Before I step into my house, the first thing I'm gonna thank is God for giving me the will to continue this journey. And now that I'm looking at my cute self, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm not breaking this diet. I'm not breaking this diet. I'm keep going keto. And I know I have some more keto, the ratio yogurts. So I might tackle another ratio yogurt and just eat something small. You know why? Because this haircut really motivated me. I'm like, you know what? I might skip dinner and do a little intermittent fasting, you know? I might just intermittent fast tonight, eat tomorrow. I might not eat those. If I intermittent fast and I basically skip dinner, and I say, you know what, I'm just gonna have this yogurt for dinner. I'm probably gonna have zero sugar Gatorade or something, and I'm gonna basically call that my dinner. For breakfast, I'm not gonna eat those Jimmy Dean egg bites. I'm gonna need to cook a meal. I'm gonna have to cook a meal because I'm gonna need something bigger, and I don't want to add more carbs. So I'm not gonna have 2 packs of Jimmy Deans. So I'm gonna be cooking something tomorrow morning, most likely. And guys, just once again, I might be long-winded on this video, but I'm trying to show you my thought process of a big 305-pound person that's trying to do the ketogenic diet. And while doing this diet, new things are happening to me, you know? So I'm heading home right now. I'm in front of my crib. I'm going to be going inside, and I'll keep you guys posted later to let you know how my blood came back, my glucose, and my ketone levels. The machine that I use is called Keto Mojo. I might put a link in the description. These people they're not sponsoring me. I'm not going to get a commission. I'm just doing it in good faith to anybody out there trying to lose weight. It's called Keto Mojo. The device costs like $60 on Amazon. I'll probably put in the link in the description if you want to just look at it. Even if you're not interested in checking out your ketones, it's still good to know when your sugar spikes. So it does check your sugar. Otherwise, that guys, I love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for the positive support. There's been some channels out there that I'm gonna be shooting. I'm gonna give you guys some shout outs. Really, I'm surprised that a few people, not a many, but a handful of people have seen my videos. I'm shocked. These videos are just, there's really no, like, there's no production crew here. You know, it's just me. I'm surprised that someone else saw it, and thank you guys for even taking the time to look at it and tell me what's up. All right, and you guys have a good one. Peace.